I'm on my way to my little spot of wilderness, and I found a little area where somebody's made some sort of a bed, and there's absolutely tons of paracord that's just been left. The wood is pretty much rotten and broken, so I'm going to make use of that. I'm going to retrieve that paracord, as I always try and make use of the things that I find out and about. And if other people have left stuff, save some cash. Paracord can be expensive. We are on a mission today. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. It's very sunny and hot, almost. It's probably got to be the hottest day of the year so far. Off we go. So here I am, looking like a random nutter with my weird selfie stick. So here we are, we're coming up to my little forest area. See all that wild garlic down there? It's crazy. All the way along the riverbank. We're going to soon enter this little area with some forest, and you can see the nettles are growing quite high, which is quite cool because it'll deter anyone else coming in. The nettles don't bother me because I got these hardcore boots. You see them? What? Here we go. Okay, so here is a little spot of wilderness we are disappearing into. All these nettles. Look at these, beautiful. I think this is a poplar tree. Is it poplar? Yeah, that's a really old poplar tree that looks gnarly like an old oak. But look at the lovely fresh buds coming through. Gorgeous. Oh man. I'll tell you what, I've got these boots, but these nettles are getting quite high, so I've only got leggings on underneath and no protective bushcraft trousers, so quite easily get stung. It's not the end of the world. Just use my feet to scrape through it. It'll take me a while to get through here. Just thinking, if I climb over this little spot, I might find an area next to the river where there's not quite so many, well, I say river, it's more like a stream. But the nettles might be a bit, not quite so tall. Yeah, here we go. These are going to be going crazy over the next few weeks. So I'll have to create a little path. Yeah, here we go. These are a lot shorter. I'm not going to sting my legs. Mind you, the more you get stung, the less it hurts, but I don't really fancy stinging nettle rash right now all over me. Right, this manky old stream. I'll tell you what, these nettles are a real deterrent for people coming down here. So it's almost like a natural fencing. It's getting tougher to get through, actually. I was only here last week and you could just walk through. These have just shot up. I'm just going to have to take my time. Okay, so here I am. See this little area behind me. Perfect little spot to build a shelter. So that is my job for the day. Wood down there. Not sure if that's been gathered specifically for something, but look at this lovely white poplar. Yeah. Behind me. I think most of this is poplar. I don't think it all is. Oh no, this isn't. What's that? I think that's hazel. I think that's a hazel tree. Doesn't look very well though. Well, part of it is dead, I think. So, old, that's for sure. So, let's get busy. So I don't actually have any bushcraft gloves, but I found these leather gloves in the charity shop for £2. So I'm going to use these today. And they're quite handy because I don't want to ruin my nails again. I think, you know, that bit of these metals. Try and unpick some of this paracord. I've got here a little bushcraft knife. It's not very good. Well, I say it's not very good. It is actually quite good. It cost me £12 from the market stall. I spent quite a lot of time sharpening up. If you have a look down on my Instagram feed, you can see I spent probably a couple of hours sharpening that up. I'm going to use that to get paracord. Look at this, I've already got just from one post. So we take that home and give it a really good clean. Wind it up, make paracord bracelets out of it. Perfectly fine. I'm going to keep going. Say paracord bracelets. Obviously, that's only one thing you can do with this stuff. Build shelters, tie up a hammock, go paragliding. So I'm not actually cutting, sting my knee. I'm not actually cutting the paracord. I'm literally just using it to tease the knots out. I mean, if it's too tight, I will just cut it, but might as well make the most of every little bit. And whoever tied these did a really good job. If whoever tied these is watching this, thank you very much indeed. Hope you don't mind me using the paracord. Stab myself, that wouldn't be good. Don't fancy a trip to A&E today, thanks. There you go. One more. Yeah, whoever did this is a very strong knot tying skills. Very tight. Over there. There we go. Hey, one more bit. Bye-bye. Ah, look at all that. My kids, if you're watching this, you've got to listen to your mum, alright? You're using a knife. Always have the blade away from you. Push away, never towards you. Unless you're using a draw blade, that's a bit different. Especially if you're in the wild and you're surviving out there, taking care with your tools and using them properly without haste is going to be always the way forward. I mean, you know, state the obvious and everything, but wow, that's lovely. I'm just doing this and you can see the sun is glinting off the knife. I love that. It's so lovely to have some sunshine. Stuff is never ending. So just with my knife here, I'm just going to very gently show you how I'm doing this. So literally just Just teasing the knot out with the knife. And there you go. There's another one on the side. That is one side done. This. Absolutely tons of it. Okay, we're going to get the last few bits of paracord now. There's an old car mat here. Might actually be quite handy. Okay, so we've literally got one more corner to do on this. Have a look down there. Look at all this. Absolutely tons. Instead of spending loads of money and getting it sent over on Amazon, go down to your local forest and see what you can find. See what some other bushcrafters have left behind. Okay guys, here we have absolutely tons of this paracord, which I'm going to take home, give it a really good clean. It's got bird poo and stuff on it. I don't want that. You don't want to be putting up a shelter and then getting birdie poo fingers and preparing your food. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So at this point, after gathering all the paracord, I decided to have a little look at that area where I thought would be good for a shelter, and I started to clear the ground of all the leaves and get the shape going. This is a little mini folding saw that I found. Got it for $5, just in a car boot, and it's got a handy little lock on it. So I'm going to try it out for the first time. Well, it seemed to work quite well. It's got a sharp actually, so that is handy. I started to make the shelter by gathering old pieces of wood which were varying in length, and because the tree was already growing there in an arch shape and was very strong, I figured it would be perfect. Okay, so the downside to this is that I'm using wood that is sort of well, it's very dry. You know, I don't want to be cutting the green wood here, damaging the trees. So I'm just going to be using old wood. But, you know, I'm just playing really. And I'm not going to be staying this overnight. It'll just be like a chill out place for the day. It's starting to take some shape. I'm having a little break. I'm not having a fire because you're not allowed fires here. I just brought some little snacks with me. It's not quite gonna satisfy my hunger, but it'll do for now. I'm very hungry. Fruit nuts from the food bank. Yeah, I use the food bank regularly. You get a lot of stuff there. Good stuff. Dates. Got some nice almonds. I mean, walnuts. Cheers. So I think what I'm loving most about this little shelter is that, not just because of the lovely flat and dry ground, but also because this tree, which I'm fairly certain is hazel, was already perfectly shaped to build a shelter on. So if I scroll in here, you can see the first part of it there is actually the tree itself, and it goes over to there. And then you've got this part here which you can very easily lean the shelter sticks on, if you see what I mean. I think I'm going to have to change these ones because they really are too old and dry. I mean, these ones are old too, but they're a bit thicker, so they'll last longer. And it really is just playing, to be honest. The idea is once I've got enough wood on there that I start to weave bits of, you know, like twine like that from that over there. Just thought that was just such a perfect shape. Okay, so I'm packing up for the day, and this is what we have so far. Not a bad day. I'm going to show you the knots I did. So rather than tie them sort of individually, what I've done is I've used the paracord to kind of do a system where it goes all the way along, and you see here it's pretty sturdy. You can see the rope going all the way down here. That bit is a little bit wobbly, but it's not too bad. You can see I've just tied it all the way down. This bit is especially sturdy. And that is like the base of it. It almost looks like a sort of a whale or something. Whale's ribs or something like that. But you can go sit inside. You can imagine like with a tarp over the top. Lots of interwoven branches. Nice mat on the floor, and away you go. And the sun is beginning to set now. So we are going to go home now and have some food, come back tomorrow maybe, carry on.
Of my heart goes bang, bang, bang when I know you are near me.